If you want to get a better idea of what's taking place in our country, look at it through the lens of two kingdoms at war, and it'll all make sense. See, when the Biden administration said that they were in the battle for the soul of America, they meant it. Now, everything that Satan does, it must be through a person, but the vehicle that he uses is witchcraft. Witchcraft is what you see running rampant in America today. I went to the Lord and I asked him about idols and whatnot, because I know that they had them back then, but what does that look like today? Then he opened my eyes and I saw, and it's not just in America, but I'm going to tell you what we're doing. We have the sacrificing of children. We have the worship of sex and sexuality. We have the worship of skin color. We have the worship of science. We have the worship of creation, and the list goes on. And that is the very reason why when you say anything against it, they take it so personally, because you're not challenging what they do. To them, you're challenging who they are. And it's no different with Christianity. When you come against Christianity, you're not coming against what I do. You're coming against who I am. I am a child of God. You see, all of these things are not just ideas. There is a worship that is taking place. And if you don't think it's spiritual, listen to what the founders of BLM had to say.
This movement is much more than a racial and social justice movement. At its core, it's a spiritual movement.
Hashtags are, for us, are way more than a hashtag. It is literally almost resurrecting a spirit so they can work through us to get the work that we need to get done.
Say her name. Say her name. Say her name.
When we say the names, right? So we speak their names, we say her name, say their names. We do that all the time, that you kind of invoke that spirit, and then those spirits actually become present with you.
And that is why the hatred towards President Trump was the way that it was. Because it wasn't just that they didn't like him. No, it was spiritual, 100%. He was God's set man, and still is. God ain't done with him yet. But it's the same people that will say that President Trump and the Patriots are in a cult, but they have no problem with this. Or this. And it doesn't matter how much facts you lay on them. It doesn't matter. They cannot see it because they're bewitched. It's not because they're stupid, they're bewitched. They are under a spell. They are wrapped up in witchcraft and don't even know it. And the kicker for me was seeing God's people wrapped up in it. I'm sharing this because I knew that it was spiritual, but I didn't know that all of these things were idols until the Lord showed me. And so I'm just sharing it with you guys. Now, I'm not saying that all of the Democrats are evil. I wouldn't dare do a whole blanket statement like that. But I will say that Satan is most definitely pushing his agenda through that party. People of God, wake up. This is more than politics. We are in the middle of a war.